Good afternoon, everybody. This is the online marketing proposal for Camping for You. So, just who are we? We're an online e commerce website offering camping supplies. We're based out of North Carolina and we have achieved success in the region, but now we want to take our sales national and even international to compete with the bigger companies such as Dick's Sporting Goods, Bass Pro Shops, and Camping World. In 2015, we expanded our operations to start fulfilling online orders, and we saw a growth of 24% over the previous year's sales of just being in store only. So, why do we need an advertising campaign? Well, we want to bring up our brand awareness. We want to make people more aware of who we are and what we're about. We want to have website loyalty. So, when people need a tent or a sleeping bag or any sort of camping supplies, we become the name that they want. We want to increase our sales, and then we also want to have increased visibility as well. So if we do utilize online advertising, we can see an increased click-through rate of 0.5% through advertising on Facebook. Google even shows a 2% click-through rate. And then having uh, rich media on like YouTube, showing video before um, uh, a video on YouTube would also help us increase our traffic by 4%. So, who are our customers? We want adventurers, we want families, and we want college students. That's not to say that we don't want other people, but these are our main people that we're going to target through our advertising campaign. We want people that love the outdoors. We want families that want to get away, and then college students. We want just to that they want to spring breaks and other outings like that as well. And they all share one thing in common: that they love camping, that they love the outdoors, that they just want to have fun and get away from the city essentially. So our families we are targeting are making less than $55,000 per year. They all live in larger cities like Tampa, Florida, Orlando, Charlotte, North Carolina, and just those bigger cities where they don't have the chance to really get away. Education, I don't really want to target the education demographic because people that have just graduated high school that work retail, they still like camping as well. So I don't think education would really play a role for the audience that we want to target. We're looking for people that want to have just weekend getaways with their family, that they work the 9 to 5 during the week in the big city and they just want to get away. And a hobbies that we're gonna target would be fishing, hiking, camping, outdoor photographers, um, and just really the adventure outdoor type. So when it comes to creating the banner ad, the IAB, the Internet Advertising Bureau, has come up with set guidelines that we must follow for our banner ads. We have the skyscrapers, we have the top banner ads, and we just have the small little 300 by 250 side windows as well, as I call them. Also, you can see those three colors, that red, gray, and white will be my um, color scheme that I want to utilize for this campaign as well. Those are our colors that we utilize on our website and in our store. So I want to really carry it forward to, represent our brand. So when you see those colors, you're thinking Camping for You as well. And there you can also see that my example font is listed there as well. And that's going to be the font I want to use in my banner ads that you'll see examples of on the next slide. So these aren't the pictures that I'm going to use per se in the actual campaign, but it's going to be an example of the type that I do want to use. Outdoor type. See the perfect sunrise, and of course that text will change as I select the picture, and if we are running a umbrella campaign as well, it'll go hand in hand with what we want to achieve there. We will also have a variety of rich versus static media to appeal to different people as well. Um, the rich media will go if we are advertising on YouTube or other places where we might show video or that kind of thing. The static media will appear on like websites, like maybe if we have an ad on Facebook off to the side, something like that as well. So now it comes down to wanting to actually place our ad, and we can utilize services like Google and Bing to help us do that. With Google, we have the Google Display Network that would help us place either our static or our rich media in sources like YouTube, and if we have photos on our search results as well that people are searching for, the Google Display Network can help us do that. So with utilizing Google AdWords, we can place target audiences, and we can elect our keywords that we want to search out and target as well. And we can do the same thing in Bing as well to show up on sources or search results like Microsoft Bing and Yahoo as well. And then utilizing social media sites like YouTube, as I described with the Google Display Network, we can also advertise on Facebook utilizing the Facebook ad campaign. We can do essentially the same thing that we can do in Google AdWords, but on a much easier level. We can select our demographic, we can select the region we want to target, and we can select our budget like we can do in AdWords and Bing as well. Um, for the thing though, it would mostly be static images that we would have on our Google or our Facebook display as well. And then on YouTube, we can also include both static images and rich media. YouTube allows us to place a banner ad in the video as well, as you can see in that photo there, which is also an ad. So you can actually combine both of them at the same time. So like I was saying, we can select our audiences, we can select our demographics, our locations, and as you can see in the Facebook one, it'll tell you how many people you're planning on reaching based on your budget and how well the ad is with that little arrow on top there of the Facebook one to the right hand corner. But it's a very simple process to use with Facebook. It basically walks you through it. You select the age of the audience you want, you select the language, the location, and then it'll basically just on your budget, it'll select when it appears in your ad or your timelines for people to see based off the selections that you made. And the same with Google. Google, you have a little bit more play with where you can select when the ad will appear, when who's going to see it, who's not going to see it as well. Or if you want to leave it up to Google's algorithm to select all that information for you, we can utilize that feature as well on Google to make it nice and easy for you. So now it comes time to measure our success. And the first thing that I would be checking would be how much money did we make versus not running the campaign? Did we see an increase in traffic or sales as well? Then we can also check our click-through rate by setting up the ability to track URLs on Google Analytics. We would be able to see where these sources came from, how many sources we saw, and we'd also be able to measure the click-through rate to see if we saw an increase in that as well. Google Analytics will be able to tell us where the people came from and how many people we saw as well, and where they what kind of devices. There's all sorts of information that we can track through on Google Analytics. And there's also a wealth of reports on Google AdWords that would tell us basically how well the ad ran, who saw it as well. And here are some examples on the Facebook advertising. It tells you how many people liked your picture, how many people saw it, how many impressions we got. And basically, there's just a wealth of knowledge there that you can check out, and a little screenshot of the Google Analytics as well that tells us how many people have seen our posts, and as well times, dates. And we can break all that down by digging in deeper through the reports as well on Google Analytics. Well, that's it. I'd like to thank you for hearing our proposal. And we look forward to creating a very positive ad campaign to help Camping for You increase their sales.